scheduled for one fall, about to make his way to the ring, weighing in at 220 pounds, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is 6'5", Sean Waltman.
Don West, there are personal and there are professional rivalries. But as we just saw in that video package detailing this incredible history between these two men, I think it's safe to say that this is one of both. It's both personal and it's professional.
I mean, think about the history between these two. What incredible footage we saw of those two going against each other, what, 13, 14 years ago. They grew up in this business together. You have got to realize that there is emotions between these two right now that most people don't understand.
Sean Waltman makes his way around the ring. A matchup that we've been talking about, and we've told you that it's 13 years in the making. This is the first time they've squared off in well over a decade. And I think it's time for what's going to be a very emotional return to the ring for the man who's been labeled as the true pioneer of the X Division. It's time to welcome back Jerry Lynn to TNA. JB, let's bring him home.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. After a one-year absence due to a severe shoulder injury, the pioneer of the X Division, Jerry Lynn.
We're going to lay out for just a second because both Don and I are like everybody else in this damn Impact Zone. We're on our feet to welcome back Jerry Lynn to TNA.
Mike, before this gets started, as you just feel the love from this crowd for this great warrior, and both of these guys, they know they're seeing something special. I heard a story, and I got to ask you about it. I heard that your love of this sport was waning, and it was these two early on in like '92 that brought you back. Is there any truth to that story?
Boy, Don, you're right on the money there. You're right. I remember tuning in to Global Wrestling on ESPN. I remember watching Jerry Lynn against Sean the Lightning Kid Waltman. And what I witnessed, I guess quite honestly what I'm going to say is, there were two pioneers in what has evolved into the X Division, and that was something really special and nice to see. The pre-match handshake between these two. Sean Waltman and Jerry Lynn essentially put lighter weight wrestlers back on the map when they wrestled on ESPN. It was the first step in what became the cruiserweight division in WCW, and now it's evolved into the signature division right here in TNA, the X Division, and boy, they've come an awful long way.
Well, I tell you what, seeing Jerry Lynn come back after your absence, it brings out so many emotions for me, Mike. I remember my first show in Huntsville, Alabama, seeing Jerry Lynn in that four-way with AJ Styles, Low Key, and Psychosis, and it just put me in awe of the athleticism and the hard work that these guys do, and I've been the most mega fan, and you know it ever since. And it's because of that man right there, and then to see the legends like Sean Waltman and realize you got two of them in the ring right now. This is something that a lot of people paid to see, just this match.
Interesting feeling out process here in the opening minute. But we saw Jerry, I think, maybe try and get under the skin of Sean Waltman a little bit with those open hand slaps. When you think back to the injury, and we saw it in the video package just how graphic that footage was. In essence, what happened is that the tendon in his rotator cuff was completely torn off at the bone. He eventually had surgery in September of 2004, almost a year on the sidelines, but it's great to have him back in TNA.
Look at this. Right away, Sean Waltman goes for that left arm and pulling it. He's going to test that shoulder. I mean, really, a lot of you might think that's dirty wrestling at this point, but hey, Jerry Lynn's back in the ring. If he's well enough to get back in that ring, then he's, well enough to go, and Sean Waltman deserves every right to test that shoulder. He needs to find out what Jerry Lynn's got, and a win is a win right here. That's what professionals do. They find a weakness and they exploit it.
And that's what professional wrestling is all about. It's taking advantage of a situation. You're right, Don. You cannot deny that from Sean Waltman. Once Jerry Lynn got medically cleared, once in his mind, he said that he was ready to get back in the six-sided ring. There's no problem if Sean Waltman works on that shoulder.
I'll tell you what, Jerry Lynn, you talk about hard work and dedication. I remember him walking around here for 6 months with his arm in a sling, working, doing everything he could to be a part of TNA. Everything that he could. There's he mimics Sean Waltman a little bit. And when he got the clearance, it could work out again. I mean, he got himself back into fighting weight. Man, he's just, you know, he's got to feel good to be out there.
We talked about this being both professional and personal. A little personal there with the chop from Lynn. You're right, mimicking Sean Waltman.
But you know what? If Sean Waltman's going to work on the shoulder, he has a right to try to play mind games with him. I mean, you know, it's all's fair in love and war out there, buddy.
Really interesting watching this match unfold, isn't it? Watching the two styles evolve and watching both Waltman and Lynn try and get the upper hand on each other, but I think you have to admit it's been pretty even to this point.
Oh yeah, there's nobody that's got any kind of an advantage at this point. I mean, it's just a dance right now. It's just a dance, and someone's going to have to take the lead. Oh, nice kick right there by Jerry Lynn. Let's see what he does as he works his way on the ropes. Oh, and he spins him around and sends him over.
Double spring into the arm drag takeover. Oh,
nice spin kick by Waltman, though.
It was almost like a leg lariat, the way he put all of his power behind the leg and just overpowered Lynn to take him down.
You know, the good part for Jerry Lynn was he was close enough to Sean Waltman where he couldn't get the full extension on that spin kick right there. That actually probably cushioned the blow just a little bit.
Well, I've just been handed a note here that go to TNAWrestling.com this upcoming week for information about tickets going on sale for Bound for Glory coming up in the month of October. We talked about it earlier, Don. Looks like it's going to be TNA Super Bowl World Series Final Four rolled into one. Check it out.
Oh, what a move! Jerry Lynn set him up, and we'll go back to that, Mike, but he just set him up and sent Sean Waltman through the ropes. Jerry Lynn showing he's still got it. I'll tell you what, that's going to be a tough ticket to get. You better go to TNAWrestling.com because think about it. And if you want to be a part of it, you need to take care now as Jerry Lynn just comes right at him. Oh, man, Jerry Lynn, though, looks like he hurt himself.
That's what I'm wondering. You saw Jerry Lynn come off the ring post, off the top rope, crashing down onto Waltman with the cross body block. But as Jerry Lynn got up, was he favoring the shoulder there? Almost looked like it, the way he was tensing up his hand.
Well, I asked him, I said, is it sore? And he said, yeah, it's still sore. I mean, it's just common sense that it's going to be sore. Like, I asked him a dumb question, but he said, you just got to suck it up. You know, it's okay. He's been cleared to wrestle. So he's just going to have to fight through the tenderness. But I'll tell you what, as you see Waltman right into the ring post. Wow. Wow. And look at the shoulder. He's grabbing it. It's sore now, I can tell you that.
Waltman took Lynn, and you're right. He just wrapped that shoulder around the steel that time.
Sean Waltman, let's talk about this guy. I mean, he has just been a man on a mission here in the last few months since he's come back to TNA. He has taken this as serious, I think, as anything he's ever done. You can see the dedication when we talk to him. You can hear it in his voice. He's just so happy to be back in the spotlight as he sends Jerry Lynn out, not letting him get back in the ring.
Baseball slide drop kick that time. And you're right, not allowing Jerry Lynn to get back in and to mount a comeback and to bring an offensive back at Waltman.
Jerry Lynn favoring that arm. I don't know. I'm afraid he came back too soon at this point. He is favoring that left arm, and it's almost like I could picture the sling around it right there, the way he's holding it.
Well, you're right, Don, because for all that time on his sideline, Jerry Lynn worked behind the scenes for TNA, as you mentioned earlier. And it was almost as if that was the vision that we had of Jerry, with the sling around his arm. And it's just been in the last couple of months with this extensive rehab that he hasn't been wearing it.
Oh, and he's just cupping it right there. I just hope we're not seeing something severe out there. I'm just hoping it's just tender and sore. And you can see Sean Waltman just, as he rakes those slaps across the check with Jerry Lynn, showing he's got fight, and even doing it just right back after him. That's just the kind of warrior that Jerry Lynn is.
Like mirror images here as both men with those open hand slaps and chops.
Oh, man, you see him pulled on it.
I sure did.
Oh, what a move.
Roll up.
Two. Oh, what a a smooth move there by Sean Waltman. How quick was he right there?
And well, check this out. Shark Boy from the X Division. I guess it's not a surprise that he would come out to watch these two great pioneers from the X Division do battle.
Well, so many people probably were inspired to wrestle because of these two. I mean, when you think about it, you see Shark Boy looking on right there, the view from over his shoulder, and right now Sean Waltman's at an incredible advantage, and Jerry Lynn's hurt, folks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's hurt. The left arm's hurt, the left shoulder. You can see the pain right there in his face.
First the reverse chin lock, then the surfboard attempt by Waltman, but Lynn blocks it with pure strength.
And there again, you can see Chris Sabin coming out. Young guys that were probably inspired by these two.
Without question. As two pioneers of the X Division, Shark, oh man, shoulder breaker across the knee, two, he got the shoulder up.
He somehow got the shoulder
Chris
up.
Sabin and Shark Boy intently watching what's going on because they appreciate this kind of a matchup just like we do and just like you do at home as well. Boy, Lynn back up to his feet, but you can almost sense here that Waltman feels his level of confidence rising. Back kick on target. Sanjay Dutt out as well.
Oh, this again, all three guys that started this show today, they got the first victory, are coming out as fans, I think.
That's right here. Right there.
They're coming out as fans. Oh! Bronco Buster was missed. Jerry Lynn able to get out of the way. Maybe this is the opening that he needs.
Ultimate move of disrespect. The Bronco Buster in the corner, but Lynn able to move out of the way. Now, Don asked the question, is this the opening? We're going to answer that question now.
He's almost like a one-armed man out there, as you can see it, and every chance Sean Waltman gets, he grabs the left wrist. Jerry Lynn still connects with the Hurricane Rana, and he nails Sean Waltman, and Waltman gets out of the ring. Wow, as you see these young X Division stars looking on.
See the respect and the appreciation as well from those three. From Sabin, from Dutton, from Shaw.
Oh!
He sidestepped him and then tossed him out to the arena floor. Boy, he landed right on the shoulder.
You know, it's hard to talk about experience when both of them have so much of it.
Right.
But, you know, it doesn't mean they still can't use it against each other. Oh, Waltman just nails him over the top of the rope, and Jerry Lynn didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming, and did you see when the contact was made, all of the weight from Waltman crashing down onto the shoulder of Lynn. Boy, that one might be the toughest of all to come back from.
Oh, look at him. That arm has got to be numb as he just constantly grabs. And you got to feel it's just instinct to keep grabbing it as it's so sore. But Sean Waltman right there also, that hit took a lot out of him as he gets back in the ring right there, baiting Jerry Lynn to join him.
Waltman back in to break the count from senior official Rudy Charles. Lynn slowly back up to the apron, and you can sense it now that Waltman feels like he can put this matchup away. Gonna try and bring him in with a suplex? No.
Jerry! Oh, man! Oh, man! Jerry Lynn showing some fight right there! Oh, I wish we could see that again if it's possible.
We've got to!
This, I mean, you talk about heart. You talk about digging down.
And he did dig down. Oh, God!
Again, though, Jerry Lynn, when he hit the mat shoulder first, you could see him instantly, just his reflexes, he spun up.
Boy, you're right. It was a great move by Jerry Lynn. It was a move I think that there was no question he had to make to take Waltman out, but I think he might have also further injured the shoulder when he hit the concrete floor as well.
Oh, everything, every little movement, I think. He's got to somehow distance it from himself. As you see him obviously doing that, because here he goes up top, and he nails Waltman with the drop kick square into the chest.
Top rope, missile drop kick. You're right, DW. That baby was on target, but Lynn slowly rolls over, slowly gets back up to his feet. Waltman's still down. Let's see if Lynn can take back over control. This matchup has just gone back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. And oh, Jerry Lynn right now has got some momentum working. I can tell you, look at the fire. He can feel it right here. He's got Sean Waltman on the run. This is his chance.
Powerful clothesline takes down Waltman. Quick reversal, shoots Lynn off into the ropes. Duck at the clothesline by Lynn.
Oh, he just hits him right on top, and there he goes, bringing the rights.
Took him down with the Luthez press, and then reels off a series of right hands to the side of the head.
Oh, but he just stopped to catch his breath, and Sean Waltman was right on him. Right on. Look at that.
Sit on top. by Jerry Lynn. Just this close to a 3 count.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that could have gone the other way if Waltman would have caught the Hurricane Rana and spun him back, but Jerry Lynn countered it. Here he goes!
Cradle pile driver! Oh, well.
Oh, low blow right there.
Why?
Oh!
X Factor!
Face, here it is.
Cover.
1, 2.
What happened?
He's got his foot on the rope. That's the veteran right there. He's got his foot on the rope, and Waltman can't believe it.
Just instinctive. When you've been in a wrestling ring for over 15 years like Jerry Lynn has, it's pure instinct at that point in the matchup. You hear that referee count 1, count 2, and you realize you got to do everything within your power. It's also knowing where you're at in the ring. That's also a key. They're loving this at Sacrifice.
Oh, this has just been everything we thought it would be. I love the pace of this match as these two just size each other up and go after it.
Waltman gonna go high risk.
Oh yeah, Jerry Lynn, I don't know if he's got anything for it. He doesn't.
Crossbody
rolls it through. Did he get it? No! You know what I like about that? He saw it coming. He knew he couldn't avoid it, so he just went with it and let the momentum roll Sean Waltman over, and he almost got the pin.
You're right, his weight, his momentum carried him on top of Waltman for yet another near fall. Referee Charles puts in the count. It looks like Lynn's going to be the first up to his feet. He's back up to his knees. Waltman's still down. Jerry challenges Waltman to get back up.
What a warrior. Oh, here he goes. Yeah!
Tornado DDT.
He's got it.
Count 1. Count 2.
No! No! Waltman fights out of it. How do you fight out of that?
I guess we really shouldn't expect any less from these two warriors with that long history that they have.
Sean Waltman showing he's got just as much heart. He's got just as much spirit. But here comes. Oh, look at Waltman is down. He's got it. Oh!
Tombstone out of the reversal. Pile driver 2.
Oh, he's got the shoulder off. Unbelievable. Waltman's got to be thinking, what do I have to do?
And maybe that thought is entering Jerry Lynn's mind as well, as they both, to use the old cliche, they brought everything out but the kitchen sink here.
Unbelievable match, and we knew it would be. And Waltman takes off the headband, the bandana, throws it into the crowd.
Motions to the crowd that he's going to finish off his former tag team partner from many years ago. Picks up Lynn at the head and at the hair. Gonna try and take him up from his shoulders.
Oh, Jerry Lynn counters! He got it! Jerry Lynn got the win! Jerry Lynn got the win! What a comeback!
Appropriately enough, it's the victory roll that gets the victory for Jerry Lynn in his return to TNA. And boy, Chris Sabin, Sanjay Dutt, Shark Boy, they just gave their thumbs up. They just showed their approval. Oh, referee tried to raise his hand, and you can see him favor the shoulder.
Oh, it's absolutely in pain, and he's going to be sore for a long time. I don't know when we'll see him back in the ring. He's going to be sore for a long time, but you know what? He did it. You can see Sean Waltman kind of giving him a bow right there out of respect.
I love this.
Shakes the hand.
I love this.
That's what you love.
This is what competition is all about. The mutual respect between these two men.
Raising his arm up, letting the crowd soak it in. You gotta love that about Sean Waltman. That's a class move.
Amen.
That is a class move. Wanting the hug, showing the love. Look at that. Look at Waltman, and you can see the emotion in his face. You can just see it. Wait, what? What? Oh, that was just wrong.
A shoulder breaker. He dropped him right down to the injured shoulder. Damn you, Waltman.
That was just wrong. Now what's he doing? Come on. Oh, it just throws him over the rail like he's taking out the garbage.
You talk about spoiling a moment.
Oh, that was giving him all the credit in the world, the benefit of the doubt.
No, come on.
That's the classless guy I've ever seen.
Not the shoulder. Stay on your...
No, man. Somebody get out of here and pull this snake out of here. Get this snake out of here. That was wrong.
What the hell are you doing?
Terrible effort by both of you guys.
Way over the line. The mutual respect, everything that we've expected from you two, and you went way over the line, Waltman. You're right, I guess it doesn't, does it? Mutual respect means absolutely nothing to you.
Unbelievable. Oh, a crowd letting them hear it.